What do a turtle, a beard, and a cheese wheel all have in common? They've all played a part in someone's death. Yes, real historical figures, some famous, some forgotten, met their end in the most bizarre, unbelievable ways. But what if I told you these aren't just strange accidents? They reveal something deeper about human nature, pride, power, and plain old bad luck. From ancient emperors to drunken inventors, stay with me, because you won't believe how some of history's most important people checked out. Welcome to the weirdest corners of history. Today, we're diving headfirst into the absurd, the hilarious, and the downright ridiculous ways people have met their end. Now, why is this important? Because behind every absurd death, there's a story, a peek into forgotten worlds, egos gone wild, accidents that changed history or didn't. And let's face it, sometimes the best way to learn history is by laughing at it. So buckle up. This isn't your average classroom lecture. It's strange, it's tragic, it's unbelievable, and you'll want to stick around till the end. Trust me, you haven't heard the weirdest one yet. Let's start in ancient Greece, where thinkers were sharp, but sometimes their exits were not. Crypus, the Stoic philosopher. He was one of the greatest minds of his era. But how did this philosophical giant die? He saw a donkey eating figs and thought it would be funny to give the donkey wine. The drunk donkey made him laugh so hard, he literally laughed himself to death. Yeah, a philosopher, dead from donkey-induced giggles. If irony had a mascot, it would be this guy. Draco of Athens. You've heard of the word draconian. That's because of him. He created laws so strict that almost everything was punishable by death. So how did he die? The public admired him so much, they threw cloaks at him in a display of love. So many cloaks that he suffocated underneath them. Talk about being smothered by popularity. Ridiculous? Yes, but we're just getting started, because things get even stranger when royalty is involved. Power doesn't always protect you from stupidity or accidents. King Adolf Frederick of Sweden, known as the king who ate himself to death. He enjoyed a meal of lobster, caviar, sauerkraut, smoked herring, and champagne. Then came dessert, 14 servings of his favorite semla pastry, soaked in hot milk. His stomach couldn't take it, and he died that night. His official cause of death? Digestive problems. Unofficially, death by dessert. King Charles II of Navarre. He was ill, and his physician recommended wrapping him in alcohol-soaked linens. So a servant did exactly that, and then sealed the wrapping with a candle. The entire bed, and the king, burst into flames. Let's just say it was a treatment that backfired, horribly. Which of these royal deaths is the most ridiculous so far? Let me know in the comments. Smart doesn't always mean safe, especially when you're too confident in your own ideas. Franz Reichelt, the flying tailor. In 1912, Reichelt was determined to test his invention, a wearable parachute. He chose the Eiffel Tower as his launch site. Reporters and cameras were there. He jumped. The parachute didn't work. He fell 187 feet to his death. On film. Let this be a lesson. Test with dummies first. Horace Hunley, the submarine pioneer. During the American Civil War, Hunley created an early hand-powered submarine. On its third test, he decided to pilot it himself. It sank. He drowned, along with his entire crew. Ironically, the sub later became the first to successfully sink an enemy ship. Too bad its creator didn't live to celebrate. Would you risk your life to prove your invention works? Or would you let someone else take the fall? Literally. Now we move into deaths so ridiculous, they sound made up. Sigurd the Mighty, Viking Earl of Orkney. He beheaded his enemy and tied the head to his saddle as a trophy. On his ride home, the enemy's tooth scratched Sigurd's leg. It got infected. He died from it. Moral of the story: even in death, teeth bite back. Escalus, the Greek playwright. He was told by an oracle he'd die from a falling object, so he stayed outdoors to be safe. Then a large bird mistook his bald head for a rock and dropped a tortoise on it. The oracle wasn't wrong. Basil Brown, the health nut. A British health enthusiast, he drank a gallon of carrot juice every day. Eventually, he consumed so much vitamin A, it poisoned his liver. He died, healthy, orange, and overcommitted. Okay, time for a quick challenge. If you had to choose a ridiculous way to go out, which would you pick? Leave your wildest idea in the comments. The crazier, the better. Now, the one you've been waiting for. Possibly the most ridiculous death in recorded history. Hans Steininger, the man with the beard. He was famous in 16th century Austria for having the world's longest beard, over 4.5 feet long. One day, a fire broke out. In his panic, he tripped over his own beard and broke his neck. He literally died from his own fashion statement. And yes, the beard was preserved. History loves a weird relic. So what have we learned today? Sometimes history isn't just about battles and treaties. It's about the bizarre ways people leave the stage. Some deaths teach us lessons. Others, they just make us laugh. And thank the stars for modern safety standards. If you enjoyed this wild ride through history's strangest exits, don't forget to hit that like button. It helps a lot. Subscribe for more stories you won't hear in school. And tell me in the comments, which death was the most ridiculous to you? Or better yet, if you were to make history for something totally absurd, what would it be? Thanks for watching. And remember, in the grand timeline of history, even the weirdest moments are worth remembering.